Hello, everybody. Cattle Chat, Saturday afternoon. It's a beautiful day in Pratt, Kansas. 75 degrees and the sun's shining. I suppose many of you have seen NCBA statement the last few days and interview on Agri-Talk. I guess I've got some questions, maybe a little rebuttal here, and open up a dialogue to some discussion. And I'd like to state first, I'm not a member of U.S. Cattlemen's. I'm not a member of RCAF. I have been a member of NCBA and KLAA by default, but not affiliated with one or the other, and not in a piss and match from one association to another. Just a guy in the cattle business that's concerned about other cattlemen of this country. So I'd like to address a few things that were in that interview. To get everybody that watches take. I'd sincerely like to know the people that are out there working's opinion. And B, give a chance for them to clarify some of where they stand. First off, it was said that we're going to try to fix this with all the bad ideas that have arisen the last 20 years. That brings me to the question of, where's NCBA's good idea? Have they put that out there? They're going to tell us that every cattleman that's working, concerned, and trying to fix a broken system, that they all have bad ideas. But I haven't seen their good idea in print or what they're going to propose to go forward with for us. I mean, is that out there? Maybe I've missed it. Have they presented a survey in the last 60 days since this has been a hot topic to their membership of input of how to represent their membership and what their membership wants thinks are good ideas? Or they just decided for their membership what is a bad idea, what's a good idea? I would think maybe that they would seek the opinion of their regular membership. Second thing that they were pretty adamant about in the interview was they're against government mandates. Well, I think most cattlemen and Republicans would be against more mandates until it gets so bad that they're all going to be out of business. But let's take NCBA's stance as it is. I believe they're for the checkoff that they get a lot of funds out of. I believe they've tried to double the checkoff. Is that not a government mandate? Is it optional? I get private treaty forms in the mail to fill out what I would sell as a butcher beef or private treaty bulls to send in every year. They have my address for that. It also said right in there they're waiting with bated breath for what the government's going to give the producers and the cap they're going to put on it for the bailout. So we're against government mandates, but we're waiting with bated breath on what the government's going to do for a bailout. Producer's choice, they say. It should be the producer's choice. Again, have they surveyed the producers in their membership that they tout? They have a large percentage of cow-calf producers that are members, to see what their choice is they want NCBA to stand on. I would wager, and I have no idea these percentages, somebody affiliated with the NCBA that'd like to give them to me would be great. But a good part of their cow-calf producers that are members would be a member by default from fair share dues at the feed yards they feed with. That if you don't look real close, you don't even know you pay. They deduct 60 cents if it's a feed yard that's affiliated with a state association under NCBA's umbrella. Then that state association sends a percentage of that on to NCBA, and that's how you become an automatic member. So above and beyond the dollar you will sell when you market that fat cattle, your feed yard's taking 60 cents out for your state association to divvy up. So how many cow-calf producers do they represent that other than the fair share dues, fill out and send in their dues every year? What percentage is that? And is it one member, one vote, or the huge, large money guys, in the corporate yards, so on and so forth, have a little more say on where their stances are? Just like Cool. I suppose the mandate idea there is why they're not behind that. But as far as I'm concerned, they represent the American cattleman. And I don't think it should have to be a mandate that the American cattleman can distinguish their product away from a foreign product that has a 50% chance to be processed by a foreign packer and sold to the American consumer with a label that says product of the USA. I think it should be, the American's choice to distinguish their product. I think NCBA, U.S. Cattlemen's, RCAF, I don't care who you are, I think you ought to want an American product to be distinguished. They go on to say that if 5014 passed, that a good one would be worth less. I don't know how they know that. I don't know that. But I don't know how more negotiated trade is going to devalue a good one. I do not know how a reduction in unpriced grid cattle handed to them in turn turns those grid cattle into captive supply and gives them inventory. I don't understand how those cattle having to be priced before they are committed would devalue a good one. Explain it to me. I'm not very smart, but I'd like to know. I'd like to know where their stance comes from on that. Maybe they know. Maybe they've run a trial run and we don't know about it. And I guess to be fair, I'm asking them to seek the average cattleman's input on where they stand on things. I welcome everybody under here that buys bulls from me, that I help market their calves and feeders, buy feeder cattle for them. And every single United States cow-calf stocker operator, cattle feeder, to tell me their opinion. I'm open-minded. I don't have the answers. I can tell you this, I don't think every idea that every carrying American cattleman has come up with is a bad idea. I don't think American cattlemen being concerned about their livelihood and trying to find a solution is a bad idea. I don't think our government enforcing rules that have been on the books forever that we got away from is a mandate we ought to stand against. Anyway, there's my bones to pick for this week. Like I say, I look forward to the input. I can learn, and I do every day. So I hope this opens dialogue for people to present where they do stand and what they think is right. And maybe in some way all these associations will follow along, and we'll see which ones align with the majority vote of the American cattlemen. I thank you, and I hope you all have a good weekend.